Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome to episode number 87. Can you believe it? 87. The quick tip for today is going to be, why do housing bubbles burst? What? Housing bubble? Of course, before we get started, please keep in mind if you ever miss a live broadcast, all you really need to do is go over to YouTube, type in Drake's Real Estate TV, hit subscribe, and you'll never miss an episode. So please, when you stop in today, say hello in the comments. I'd appreciate that. All right, so let's get started. Due to the consistently high prices in the real estate market around the country, people have been wondering whether we're in a bubble for the past couple of years or not, right? And if so, when is it gonna burst? Well, that remains to be seen, and some analysts actually don't feel like we should expect it to happen anytime soon. Or at least not the way that it did back in 2007. So if there were a decline in the market, what might trigger it? Based on historical trends. And what exactly would a burst mean in the housing market bubble? So let's talk about this. What does a housing bubble mean? Okay, so what's a bubble? Well, a housing bubble happens when the demand outpaces the supply in the market. So the average price of properties rises, and this rise happens abnormally fast. So the period of growth in a real estate bubble is generally viewed as unusual. Bubbles can happen when investors or speculative buyers are bidding up the marketplace in many cases, but other factors play a role too. So, however, a bubble can pop when supply becomes realigned with demand. Do we see that happening soon? No. We're likely in a bubble right now by definition, but when, how, or even if it will burst are unknown. So no two real estate bubbles are the same regarding their economic impact, the length of time that they last, or the effects on the individual homeowners. So how do bubbles form? Well, housing bubble, it's not a new concept. And these form when they pop or burst at different intervals. But the one that most people currently remember is the one that happened in the mid-2000s, right? 2007-ish. The crash was fueled by massive growth in what was known as the subprime mortgage lending. So too many borrowers applied and ended up getting mortgages that were just too expensive for them and they were unable to afford. That spurred some unusual growth in demand for houses and speculation, of course, in real estate. Subprime borrowers couldn't keep up with their payments, particularly when the Federal Reserve raised interest rates. And when the buyers couldn't make their payments, millions went into foreclosure, leading to a dip in home prices, increases in financial problems, and the pop of the bubble, right? The real estate bubble created a recession in the U.S. economy and had lasting effects years after. So what happens when a bubble pops? Well, when a housing bubble pops, different things can happen. One common outcome is that buyers have homes with mortgages well above their current valuations. Sellers tend to have properties that sit on the market for longer periods of time, sell for less than expected, or don't sell, right? Completely opposite of where we're at today. So if someone overpaid for their home and then can't sell it or can't sell it even for what they paid, it could become a larger economic problem of scale, right? You've heard of short sales. So what causes the burst? Well, some of the events that potentially cause a housing bubble to burst can increases in interest rates can make buying a home unaffordable for some, or can make the home unaffordable. When the home becomes unaffordable, it can lead to default and foreclosure, and these effects actually then mean more supply on the market. So, also, general economic downturns mean less disposable income, fewer available jobs, and job loss, all of which have the potential to actually decrease housing demand. Demand goes down, creating an equilibrium in supply and demand, slowing the pace of appreciation in home prices. When there are growing losses, lending requirements and credit standards become tighter. I don't know if you remember in 2008, 2009, it was actually kind of tough to get a loan. Borrowing for a mortgage is more difficult, demand increases, and the supply increases. Speculators also leave the market, resulting in a fall in prices. The debate currently again is if and when a potential bursting bubble right now. Analysts don't know because while it looks like it could happen, At the same time, there's a historic housing shortage, okay? It's not false confidence creating rising prices in the home market. Instead, it's the actual home shortage. Older Americans are living longer and remaining in their homes while younger people are trying to buy homes, okay? The pandemic also affected the supply of available homes, making people less willing to move during a time of uncertainty and slowing or in some cases halting of some construction. So the prices could stay high until supply somehow catches up, and as it stands currently, predatory lending and problems with the financial structure really aren't the issue. Instead, the issue is a fundamental shift in how people behave, including young people, families, and retirees. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you found it information useful. I want to thank Realty Times for providing such valuable information to you. And as always, please don't keep me a secret. Share this with everyone you know. And there's a topic that you'd like me to discuss in the future, just let me know and I'll get it on the calendar. All right. So I hope you have a fantastic week. Be kind to one another always. Don't forget to live, laugh, and love. And until the next time we see each other again, when the next move matters, contact Draper Homes. See you later.